What's good, people? I love bringing you fragrances that I've been wearing and experiencing them, and sadly, those videos don't get the views as other videos as where I'm crapping on a disgusting Latafa fragrance or even exposing shills and your favorite your favorite influencers. By the way, this is a gorgeous fragrance, and I'm not just saying that, but I've compiled a list to educate you guys so that you could be aware, to raise awareness. And these are the top 10 ways fragrance influencers are ripping you off. They're not in any particular order. I just wrote them down as I could think of them. And I'm going to go ahead and read off the list. Much like a shill reviewer reads off Fragrantica. And we're going to talk about the things on this list and why they're on this list. I'm going to start with number 10, and that is Deceptive thumbnails. Yes, they're pulling out full bottles, even though full bottles don't matter. Yet they're reviewing and talking about decants. I've even seen one video that said fragrance haul. And 7, 8, 9 bottles. Looked impressive. Looked like we were going to see a haul. And then he had decants. I don't think a fragrance haul should fit in an envelope. And these words have come from the reviewers themselves. I won't put a decant on the thumbnail because they won't watch it. You know, the same people that say they don't care about bottles either. They're saying that you won't watch it. And you probably won't. They also use gorgeous women. Women that would never give them the time of day. We used to call that clickbait. We used to out people for that. But somehow it's become acceptable. No. It's actually against YouTube's terms of service, by the way. It is a misleading thumbnail. Number 9, the overuse of Fragrantica. Let me explain how I use Fragrantica. I'm smelling this fragrance. I'm smelling a citrus. I think it's grapefruit. And I'm smelling a wood. I think it's amberwood. And I'm smelling some aquatic notes. And but I'm not a bloodhound. I don't know that it's grapefruit. I don't know what aquatic notes are. So to convey to you what I'm actually smelling, I'm going to use Fragrantica. And when I see like the wood is, I don't know, cypress or something, I can go ahead and name cypress instead of saying like some woody notes. I can go ahead and name salt instead of some aquatic notes. And that's why I use Fragrantica. That's how I use it, I should say. How they're using it is they're reading Fragrantica, then they're smelling the fragrance. Oh yeah, I smell cypress, and I smell marine notes, and and they're looking at the kind of a placebo effect. It's why I love 3-note fragrances, because I love watching them fumble around trying to explain what they're smelling. It's why I always smell and describe the fragrance first and then read the notes. It's even more hilarious when Fragrantica gets it wrong and then they get it wrong too because they don't know anything. I can never get it wrong because when I say it's an aquatic smell, no matter what Fragrantica says, to me it's still an aquatic smell. That's why this Fragrantica reading is so laughable. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Let's just beat this dead horse one more time. The full bottles and the decants. And what I mean by full bottles is when somebody says, guys, you got to go out and get this. This is my favorite fragrance of all time. And it's like, completely full. They've worn it once or maybe even not at all. And if it was really their favorite fragrance of all time, even with hundreds of bottles, it'd probably look something like, this. Or it'd have, this. It's their favorite fragrance of all time, yet they hardly ever wear it. That just seems a little suspect. This fragrance, which I love, is probably less than a week old, and I've worn more from that bottle than most of these fake reviewers. Number 7, the easiest way to spot a fraud, affiliate links. Here's a good way to catch a fraud. Next time they post an affiliate link, do a little Google search, find a lower price, then let them know, hey, that bottle you listed, I found a lower price on this other website. And watch if they change that. They won't, because they can't make a profit linking some website that they don't have an affiliate link to. It's the biggest scam going right now. You get a list of affiliate links, and you make a top 10 list of these affiliate links. They're not necessarily your top 10 or your favorites. They just happen to be a list that a company gave you, and you're going to make a top 10 list and hope people click on that link and buy a fragrance through you so that you can get a cut. Just a side note on that affiliate links, a lot of these guys are fake it till you make it influencers who like to pretend, I've got a partnership with Joma Shop. I've got a partnership with Max Aroma. What they're not telling you is that any of you can go to an affiliate link website that kind of a third party, like a middleman to them. So they don't really know anybody from Joma Shop. They're just going through this third party affiliate website and getting a bunch of random links from random companies. Oh yes, I know quite a bit of the scams that they're pulling. Number 6, the collab. The circle of friendship. The circle of friendship. Hey, we got this new guy, and he's making his own fragrances, and we're gonna smell them live, and yeah, they're good. They're good. We don't want to knock his hustle. When in reality, those fragrances stink. But we have to partner. We have to collab. We have to grow our network. It's called networking. It's called scamming people out of their hard-earned money so that you could build partnerships and friendships. Number 5. We've already spoken about this many times. That's another dead horse we're dragging out of the barn to give him another good beating. The free bottles. The sad truth is some people get free bottles and completely lie to you so they can get more free bottles. And the truth is some people get free bottles and just don't give a damn and say what they're gonna say. Number 4, the paid advertisement. Here's another good way to spot a bunch of scammers. Have you seen a lot of Soulja Boy videos proclaiming it to be the sexiest, the greatest fragrance ever? Well, if you follow Big Beard Business, you'll see in the corner a little square that says paid advertisement. That's called disclosure. That's called honesty. And if you see a lot of videos pushing this fragrance without that in the corner, you're probably watching a fraud. And if you don't believe me, I have an email asking to contact certain people known as the, not the smell it and tell me if you like it team, they're calling themselves the collaboration team. Oh, you mean you're not giving me the fragrance for my honest opinion? We're in this together? We're collaborating? Sounds more like a crime, doesn't it? No employee of a company can actually do a review for the company they work for. It violates a law from the Federal Trade Commission. How do they get around it? Well, he's not really an employee, but we are giving him a check. Is it legal? I'm not a lawyer. Contact a lawyer if you want to know about all that. They're getting away with it. Here's number 3, something I like to call the old pump and dump. What is the pump and dump? Decant reviewers are known for this, but also full bottle guys too. It's Monday. I'm going to do a review about this. And it's Tuesday. I'm going to do a review about this. And it's Wednesday. I'm going to do a haul and wear this. And it's Thursday. I'm going to do a review about this. Wait a minute. You're putting out content every day. That means you're wearing what you're talking about every day. That means you're only wearing it once because there's only a certain amount of days in the week, in the month, in the year. How did you wear that fragrance 3 times this week? You've made a video every day about a different fragrance. It's math, not magic, people. It's because they're lying. They're really not wearing the fragrances very much, if at all. Number 2, the hype train. Oh, this is a fragrance everybody can afford. That means everybody can watch my video. It smells just like Tonka Cola. Well, it actually doesn't. But I can't tell you that. It's part of the hype train. You'll think I'm a hater. You'll think I'm a snob. You'll think I'm an elitist if I tell you the truth about this. And you won't click my affiliate link. I know what I'll do. I'll tell you that it's the best thing ever. And I'll put beast mode on the thumbnail. You'll love it. And you'll love me. And you'll click my link. And I'll get all kinds of views. Because if I tell you the truth, you'll get angry and you won't watch it. As funny as I've tried to make this, sadly, this happens quite often. It's why when the next hype train of Tonka Cola or any other fragrance that comes out, you'll forget all about this if you haven't already.
Who are you? Really?
Really? I am just a figment of your imagination. Damn, what a gullible breed.
And the number one scam. Like I said, these aren't in any particular order. I'm just out of stuff. Mainly because I ran out of room on the paper. There's so many scams they're pulling. The panty dropper. I don't do panty dropper videos. I'm old. I haven't been hunting draws in about 15 goddamn years. Neither have most of these people. And a lot of the people that are doing these videos they're basement dwellers, they're incels. They don't even leave their house. Some of them are 98 pounds soaking wet. Some of them are 400-pound neck beards. We can't all have them 18 on the hang, I'm just saying. Some of them will look right at that camera wearing a suit saying you don't get compliments and you don't drop panties because you're ugly. Meanwhile, they just look like an old hound dog in a suit. And they've been married for 15 years. What do they know? What do they know about getting women? Especially in today's time and market. Oh, but they're not the worst offenders. Oh, no. That beautiful young lady looking at you, telling me that Dior Sauvage is her jam, and then you go buy Dior Sauvage, and you get absolutely no attention because you smell like bergamot and pepper. I'm just kidding. You will get a lot of compliments with this, but you're not going to drop any draws. You're confusing, and what they're selling is a bottle of smelly water with what we used to call game. Like me. Now, I know you're confused. You've obviously mistaken me for Jeremy Fragrance, but see, that's what I had to get when I was single, is I had to acquire some game. I remember that moment when I tried out for the NBA and they said, you're only 5'8". Well, I can't get taller, but I can go to a gym. I can be in the Rogue Barbell Gang. That is one of the biggest scams of many scams, and I've only gave you 10, but I could probably come up with 50 more. Those are the scams. That is the game. That is the hustle that they're running you guys as consumers and as an audience. And now you know this, and you can just, you can block them like, or better yet, Daniel LaRusso style karate kick them out of your subscription feed.